Երբ բարձրացնենք բարեգործը, դրանից արդեն սկսվում է, դրանից սպասում ենք պրեզենտացիա։
Separatne nam se Introduction to սկսում են ներկայանալ այդ ժամանակվա ժամանակը չէ features
Այսինքն որ ասում են leading everyone
Չան այդ ապրոչի բառը ասում են այսինքն անունը որ ասում են ներկայանալ Հենց հետո ասի Հենց խոսակ վերանը բացել
Աստորեն սորոսում եք տրամադրվեք սա Привет, ребята.
Everyone's going to have to squeeze in, actually. So if everyone can kind of slide a little bit to the right and on this side to the left, we'll be able to see more people. Because I know people are going to continue arriving. So, welcome to EPIC's first demo day. Even though this is our third batch, essentially this is our first demo day, and so we're quite proud and happy. In October, these 8 teams started their path through EPIC. And so they've had a very intense program of workshops, of seminars, of lectures, of mentors, of advisors working with them. They're fortunate because many of our AUA professors engaged and work with them from our engineering, computer science, and business programs. AUA alumni were involved. We have a number of alumni that are very successful as entrepreneurs. And of course, the entrepreneurship community in Armenia support us as well. A number of you gave talks and provided your time to EPIC, and we thank you for that. Many of the students are from AUA, but as Ataman will explain about EPIC in a couple minutes, EPIC is open to non-AUA students as well. But of course, AUA students are fortunate in that they're able to take entrepreneurship, venture, and startup courses at AUA. Every semester at AUA, through our various programs, we offer almost a half dozen courses in entrepreneurship and startups every semester. In terms of the ecosystem in Armenia, EPIC is at the very beginning. So I want to make that clear that we have the earliest stage ventures in Armenia. So we start with ideas, and we develop the ideas and validate the ideas, and then the teams start developing the business model. And as they're developing the business model, already it's time to graduate. And so they'll move on. Hopefully many of them will continue in Yerevan. There are a number of high-quality accelerators and other programs that they can participate in. Some of them, even though they're just learning how to swim, will be thrown into the swimming pool and will have to figure out themselves how to do it. Perhaps a couple will even receive funding, even though as early stage ventures, most of them still haven't reached the stage of being fundable. In conclusion, I want to say that in programs like this, things don't happen by themselves. And so at EPIC, we have a team of very capable people. And so I want to introduce our team. So I want to start with Arman Arakelian, who oversees our operations. Aslik Virginian. Aslik. Anna Khachatryan. Angel Khachatryan. Here. Tamara Setrakian. Tamara's in Spain actually for the semester. And finally, I want to thank Aram Kerian. Where's Aram? Is Aram here? Aram, please stand up. So I just want to recognize Aram because Aram oversaw EPIC from the very beginning 3 years ago and has done everything to move this program forward and to help it to be what it is today. Aram has decided to leave EPIC in the fall. He left actually to join one of our startups. And so I want to thank you personally, Aram, for everything you've done for EPIC. Thank you. So let's pass the microphone on to Aram.
Thank you, Michael. So I'm Armand Arakelian. I'm the operations manager at Epic, and I'll tell you a few words about our operation here. So what we do, we help startups develop their ideas. And at least one AUA student or alumni should be involved in the team for us to take them in, but it's not just for AUA students. And then, so our students, our startups are from 11 cities, have been from 11 cities. The mean age is 23, and we've had 24 startups so far. What's interesting is that we have more male than female entrepreneurs, but 56% have at least one female co-founder. And then in terms of who we have in our batches, it's 55% undergraduate, 40 graduate, and 5 PhD. And then, half of them are AUA students, coming from business, science and engineering, natural sciences, and the rest. So what we do here is we do workshops, mentoring and coaching, tech talks, and meetings with successful entrepreneurs to help the startups understand the intricacies of the business and what entrepreneurship means in general as they develop their business ideas. These are some of our mentors and coaches, and some of them are in this room. Thank you again. Some of our speakers, as we will invite them to give talks at the big. And then a few words about our facilities for everyone. So we have state-of-the-art facilities for the startup teams. What's unique here is that they can use the facilities 24/7, and they do. Actually, they come and work here all night long on their projects. And these are some pictures from there. We also have the prototype lab, which is also strategically situated at Epic to help the hardware teams for them to be able to develop their prototypes. And these are the prototyping lab pictures, and we also have 3D pictures, of course. What we're doing also strategically is we're teamed up with the AUA Technology and Innovation Legal Clinic, which help the startups, the professionals from which help the startups with their intellectual property and confidentiality statements and other legal issues. And we have designated mentors for each team from the legal clinic. So what's new this year is we have 2 tracks, one to the Lebanon Technology City, and another one to Silicon Valley. And the Silicon Valley trip is a 10-day study through. And we are happy to offer it this year. We also hope to be able to continue doing this in the other years. These are some of our startups were successful in securing grants and first, second places in some of the competitions. And then some of the deadlines for those who here want to apply. First of all, it's every spring batch opens. The applications are open until February 15, and we're going to start our next batch March 11th. And then for those of you who were still here or interested in doing entrepreneurship, a good way to start, to try, is to go to the Startup Boost Weekend, which this year will be at this month will be at Yale State University, and we're coordinating this with other actors. So applications are open. Apply, and thank you. So it is with pleasure that introduce the teams. The first one will be Finassist. Please come.
From where can I get the best loan? This is the most frequent question I receive from my friends every single day. Hello, I'm David, and as an experienced banking professional, I always advise them to make a thorough research before accepting any loan proposal. They are supposed to visit several banks, often standing in long queues, and surfing their websites. Even if their application is approved at the first trial, I advise them to apply to several others. As each bank has its own approach, they need to do almost everything manually and lost a lot of time and resources. And even after all this research, they feel often misled and think that there could be a better choice. Now, let me introduce you to Finassist, a platform that solves all these problems by matching loan proposals to your needs. It's very simple. Just fill out the online loan application and hit the apply button. The platform will automatically transfer your request to the appropriate banks, get personalized offers, and put them on your dashboard, pointing out the best one. And that's all. In contrast with the current situation, when you need to fill out separate loan application to apply for several banks, in Finassist, you can apply to many banks with just one loan application. And as a result, you spend just 15 minutes to explore the loan market and make a conscious choice. There are several alternatives in the market, but they still don't solve the problem, because they provide mainly general information, and then a lot of manual work is required from both sides. In contrast, we automate all the manual work for banks and their borrowers and provide personalized offers thanks to our win-win partnership with banks. Currently, Finassist is a two-person team. I'm the CEO with more than 10 years of banking and project management experience. And thanks to my job specifics, I personally know almost all executive managers of Armenian banks. We are friends with our CMO, Artak, for more than 25 years. He is experienced in marketing and public relations. We have currently outsourced our technical part to a developing company, but still looking for a CTO as a team member. So if anyone is interested in what we are doing, just drop us an email. Our first target is the mortgage loans, which we are going to test in Armenia. And thanks to its reliable, scalable, and maintainable core, our platform can easily develop in both directions. Horizontally, which means adding new types of loans, such as SME, consumer, and agricultural loans, and also vertically, which means entering also other countries' markets. For the Armenian market, we have already made initial agreements with 8 commercial banks, 7 credit organizations, and also 5 real estate agencies, which cover more than 50% of the real estate market and are interested in providing better service to their customers. We have also interviewed about 100 potential users to understand their special needs and perceptions, and received only positive feedback. Our estimates show that in annually more than 70 million loans with total amount of $2 trillion is being provided in the target countries. The mortgage loans comprise about 10% of this total amount, and out of this, the 100 million loans is the Armenian mortgage market. So how our business model works? We help the customers to apply for a loan from the comfort of their house, receive personalized offers from all banks in one place, and easily choose the one that best fits their needs. As for the banks, we provide them an access to a huge network of clients and an automated loan application processing system. Our platform will be completely free for the borrowers. So to summarize, Finosys provides a centralized access to many banks, automate the loan application process for both the banks and their borrowers, and gives the opportunity to make a faster and conscious choice. Thank you very much for your attention.
Now we'll hear from RedChain.
Hi everyone. So let's just imagine that you pay a person to turn on all the lights in this building, and let's compare this if you pay to all people in the building to do the same job. Consequently, you can see that on the right building, the job is done much quicker, and we took the same concept that applied to the computational world. So we paid Google to produce 3 images from an animation movie, and as you can see on the right, we did the same job with our own software. And in the Google case, it had a hard time producing the first image, while in the RedChain case, we have finished all the 3 images by the deadline. So we have tested 10 times, and 9 out of these 10 times, RedChain was faster than Google. Unfortunately, the 10th time we forgot to turn our software on. So we asked the software engineer and the rendering specialist to use our software, and we found out that in 55% of the cases we are easier to use, we are 65% cheaper, and we have 12% better quality control than Google. So obviously some of you may have seen this animation movie. It's called Toy Story. It has been 100 million processing hours to produce, and it will take 10,000 years to produce for a single computer. Whenever for Pixar company, which had 5,000 computers, it took 2 years. So our business model is pretty simple. We have companies to pay us for the computational power we provide them, and we share our revenue, 90% of our revenue, with our users that provide their computers. There are $200 billion worth of computer demand yearly, and 95% of these computers are totally free of use. So we have done another test to find out whether the rendering with RedChain is more profitable than mining with your hardware. We bought the same $350 hardware, and as you can see, we got a $14 a day revenue while rendering and 6 times less while mining. So the most surprising part is that the profit of the rendering increases every second, while the profits of the mining decrease. So thus we have 6 times more profitability for our suppliers. We have 66% less and cheaper prices for our demanders. We have contacted 15 medium-sized companies abroad, and 12 of them said that they are ready to pay for our service. We are a team full of rendering specialists and blockchain enthusiasts. And we have designed a technology that is much faster than blockchain, and we already have a working and reliable prototype. What we need is an access to international market, some working capital, operating budget, and high-skilled professionals. So my name is Arman, this was RedChain. Feel free to contact me anytime. Feel free to take a picture of this slide. Thank you for your attention.
Now we'll hear from Evie, which was looking before.
Hello everyone, my name is Ella, and let me start with a story. So I get acquainted with Guido. He's going to be our hero today. He's in food business. And he owns a cafeteria like Art Lunch or Fourchette. His business is going quite well. he has his profits and regular customers. But no matter how well he predicts his demand, in the end of the day, 1/3 of all the food produced is left unsold in his cafeteria. There are two options how he can deal with that. First, just leave the food for the next day, which will lower the quality of his cafeteria and leave the customers unsatisfied. And the second, which is even worse, is just to take all the food and throw to the garbage. Show all the resources, time and money that he inputted in producing this food. Our research shows that 70 million tons of food is wasted in Armenia per year. Each food business loses around 1 million AMD per month on food waste without even realizing that. Here where EV comes in. So EV is a platform that helps food businesses sell their surplus food. Let's see how Guidon would benefit from our application. After signing up, the only thing that he has to do is just to input the number of surplus meals he is ready to offer each day. Then the customer logins the application, chooses the cafeteria he wants to take the surplus food from, and puts an order. The only thing left is that the customer goes to Guidon's cafeteria and pick up his order. And everyone is happy from that. Guidon is happy because he gained new customer and also was able to save on waste. And we estimated that food businesses can save around 500,000 AMD per month on wasted food. And customer is happy because he got food on discount and became an environmental hero by saving food from being wasted. So, as you understood, we have two customer bases. First, there are businesses that provide the surplus food, and second, are users that buy that food. So we want to start working with cafeterias and caterings, then move to restaurants and supermarkets. Users, our early adopters are youth, students, low middle income, single people, and green people who care about the environment. We have already validated the model in Armenia via Facebook, and from both sides, with businesses and with customers, and it was quite a huge success. So if you're interested, we can tell you a story after the presentation. And we have also two companies that validated this idea internationally. They're also startups. This business model is very new, but they are quite successful, profitable, and have a lot of registered users. So even though we consider ourselves being social enterprise, we are fully profitable, and our revenue model is 20% from each meal sold by EV application. So about our milestones, we already have the application ready, have 150 registered customers, and 3 businesses that are ready to work with us right now as soon as we launch. So we plan to launch in March, and with 200 users already, 3 businesses. Then in July, we consider to grow and already in 2 years scale internationally. Because, this is very scalable models. Our team, we have different people from different spheres that help make this idea real. Currently, we are working with AUA environmental project that is going to implement the circular economy strategy for Armenia in 6 months. So as soon as it is going to be implemented, there will be needed some startups or businesses that are going to start implementing this idea and making circular economy real. And EV is exactly that kind of startup. So thank you for your attention. My name is Ella, and EV is the first for-profit food waste management company in Armenia.
So now, please give it for Raido.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me thank you, AUA, David, and all organizers for giving us this unique opportunity to present our startup today. Now, me, Aysar Sen and Simona Raikelian will introduce you to our startup, Raido. First of all, let's understand what is Raido, what problems does it address to solve, and how one can benefit from using our app. Firstly, Raido is a common platform which combines car owners and those who want to give a car for rent and car renters in one single space. on one hand, car owners can benefit from giving their car for a during a use period. On the other hand, car renters can benefit from low prices, wide variety of cars offered, and of course, reliability. Why Rido? If you are passionate about driving, if you love drive during your trips, or if costly car rent or agencies charge too much, or if finally your expectation does not meet with your reality, then Rido is for you. As our both two-sided flexible platform enable us to rent both car owners and car renters, that eliminate unreliable and bad customers, that's bringing to a new potential level of service. Next, our CRM program again will enable us to bring our service to a better level. And finally, due to our new operations and approach, we will be able to set prices on average by 30% as low as they are on ordinary car rent agencies. And finally, with Rido, your estimation, expectation, and reality will always meet, because our experienced and well-trained team will make sure that each listed car is exactly the same on the platform that is it on in reality.
Thank you. Our researches show that there are 3 segments where we can be valuable for our customers. Those segments are the car rental for the tourists, for special occasions like birthdays, weddings, and for the local needs like maybe weekend trips or etc. As you might know, Armenia has about 1.5 million visitors each year, out of which 250,000 are considered tourists, and this is because they are the ones who use hospitality services in Armenia. And out of these people, we have estimated that our potential customers are about 25,000 people per year. We expect to be break-even during the first 6 months of our operations, of course without considering the aggressive marketing costs that we will bear during the first months. The fixed cost will be $3,000, and we will be break-even if we have 25 cars for 10 days or 10 cars for 25 days rented on average. So to cover this cost, we have estimated that we need additional $12,000 just for the operation losses. This is the prototype of our application, which, as I said, will be two-sided, both for the car owner and the car renter. We will also offer web-based software, so to offer anything that the client wants. We are lucky to have a team of friends who are from different fields of business and who are working on the same goal to achieve success. This was Rido, our solution for car rental market. Thank you.
Next is Creator.
So I wanted to shoot a movie last summer. I had this great idea and I wrote the script, but it wasn't that great. So I started looking for a team. I showed it to a couple of people, but they also told me that my screenplay is awful. So I went to Facebook to find a screenwriter, and honestly, long story short, I didn't shoot my movie. Why? Because it's really hard to find a team when you don't have a network. Hi, I'm Nane, the CEO of Creator. Creator helps filmmakers to formulate their idea, find team, and gain experience by doing real-life projects. Now, meet David. Or not. Okay, here he comes. So this is David. He's a filmmaker and he has this really awesome idea. So he creates his profile in Creator. Okay, I'll just talk with here. So he creates his profile in Creator. He will post his idea. And Gardia and Jack succeeded the idea and they want to join his team. So they apply, and after David goes through the profiles, he decides to take them into his team. Now they have a separate place where they can work on their project and develop their idea. So let's talk numbers. We estimated that in Armenia we have 20,000 filmmaking students. In Georgia it's 100,000. In Russia 600,000, and in the US 2 million, over 2 million. And I didn't even count Europe or Middle East. Now, we are planning to create the biggest database of filmmaking students in the world. You would ask, who would benefit from this project, from this database? Well, film studios. Again, our statistics shows that Armenia has over 32 studios, Georgia 70, Russia 300 plus, and US 6,500. And for only $59.99 a month, they will have access to all the actors, screenwriters, editors, and more all over the world. We, after a long research and development, we finalized our prototype, and now we are working on the product. We have 180 users and also partnership with 6 universities, local and international. So, what to expect next? Personalized portfolios. In Creator, we believe that we want to highlight the individuality of each user. So, we give them ability to choose their personalized portfolios and choose the layout of them. And we also will have master classes. Different professionals of the field will have the ability to share their experience online in our portfolio. Now, meet the creators behind the scene. So, CEO programmer, me, our CMO and designer, Narek, our data scientist and web developer, Kevork, communication director and filmmaker, Eve, and our new team member, Arman, software engineer. Creator, the biggest database in the world of filmmaking students. Thank you.
So now is the time for advice.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna Man. I represent Wise team and we want to revolutionize the filmmaking industry. And here is why. This is me editing my own film. It took me 3 sleepless weeks, and by the end I basically fell asleep in front of the computer because I couldn't handle it anymore. And there was no other simpler way of doing this. I really had to go through the process. Why? Because film production is very expensive, and film editors have the highest salary per hour in the whole industry. So I couldn't really hire a professional editor to get me out of trouble. But even if I did, it would take both of us pretty much the same amount of time to edit the exact same film. Additionally, from all this time and effort spent on editing the film, 80% of it is just technical, boring tasks, and there is very little time for creative editing at the end. To solve this problem, for 8 million people who are struggling from the same issues, we came up with a solution to automate the most routine tasks in filmmaking using artificial intelligence. We're creating a plugin which will be integrated into existing editing softwares like Adobe Premiere, Final Cut, and Sony Vegas, and it will automate things like continuity editing, color correction, cutting shots, and even sound synchronization. This is how it works. It starts with visual analysis and object detection. It then omits irrelevant footage, determines what's important, and makes suggestions to the editors from which they can choose. After the editors make the decisions, the program learns them and creates like individual styles of the editor. By doing this, we are able to automate 80% of the editing process. As an example, you see here just 2 seconds from the matrix. A professional editor would spend 3 hours editing this 2-second video. With our solution, you can do this in just 3 clicks. How do we get there? We have already built the essential technology for the product, and we are now came to the step where we need 35,000 additional investment to finish our MVP and finally launch our solution in the market. As a result of launching our solution, we will be able to significantly cut the post-production costs, people will get new films faster, and editors will have more time for creative editing. Our target market are independent filmmakers who are shooting their own short films, and they are usually participating in the contests and film festivals, and this target market is estimated to generate us a revenue of 2.5 million for the first year only. Our business model is an SaaS. We provide our plugin on a subscription basis for just $10 a month, but additionally we will have some pro features inside that can be unlocked additionally. This is our team. Besides having experience in like filmmaking, I am business development from the business background, and my teammate Ashok is an experienced artificial intelligence specialist and ML developer. He has experience in image processing, and we have 3 more developers working with us and 2 more business advisors helping us. So thank you. It was
Now it's time for beauty book.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm glad to see you all here. I'm going to talk about beauty book. So let's start from my own experience. Every time I try to book an appointment at a beauty salon, I run into multiple problems, anxiety, stress. And actually last time I tried to book an appointment, it took me 3 phone calls and a week to get an appointment. And the first time, I called after working hours, so my hairdresser forgot to write it down. The second time, he forgot to tell me, or didn't have the means to communicate with me, that he has moved to a new workplace. And the third time, he somehow fitted me into his work schedule, busy schedule. Needless to say, I wasn't very satisfied with the experience, nor the people coming after me that had to wait. So, generalizing the problems. Client problems are as following. Phone calls, you have to deal with the stress of calling. We today order food through our phone calls with just a few clicks, order taxi. Why can't we order beauty services? And waiting time. Whenever you are having an important event or just have to wait until the customer is served before you. And exploration. Not every business or salon or individual hairdresser has their online presence, has any Facebook or Instagram page. So let's move to the other side, problems of businesses. Generally, it's like they spend too much time on administrative tasks, like 1 or 2 hours per day, and that time can be spent on the customer and increase customer retention by providing more value and attention to them. Customer retention is very low currently, 20%, let's say. And managing multiple channels of communication is very difficult also, but not every salon has a presence online, as already mentioned. And some individual hairdressers that only reserve a spot in a booking in a salon, they don't have any online media presence, and it makes it really difficult to find them. And so we came up with a solution. It's a mobile platform that connects beauty service providers with their clients. How does it work? For users, it looks something like this. You enter, you explore the businesses nearby, you can book 24/7, and you earn points by referring to your friends or per actual booking. So for salons, it is a bit difficult. It is a bit different. It provides a CRM toolkit so they can manage their appointments, they can promote their new services and hours, and also they can get customer insights. Moving on, the competitive landscape is as following. Currently, there are 2 emerging startups, and we are going to move to the CIS region, and that's why we have also done exploration on that. The global market is very successful, which makes us believe that this concept has a place to live. How do we differ? We are not only a booking system, we are a CRM tool, which is very important for hairdressers who are artists, not business analysts. Facebook, Instagram integration, Google Calendar integration, customized alerts, and other important features. The business model is as following. We are charging for a subscription plans, and we also have in-app promotions. So basically, it's a two-sided platform with software as a service enabled. And our business model is very scalable. We can scale to different locations, and we can scale to various industries such as fitness, wellness, dental clinics, etc. So far, we've done market research. We've been talking to our customers, iterating our business plan, who we target, and why we target, what we want to deliver to them. And we've been developing our prototype. The planning is as follows. We are going to launch and test and refine our solution and expand and hopefully saturate the Armenian market. This is our team with 3 developers, me as a CEO and a UI UX designer. Thank you for your attention. Don't hesitate to come and talk with us after the event is over, and thank you.
Last but not least, my personal favorite, Kaunet.
Hello everyone, I'm Margarita and I'm glad to be here to present Kaunet. We are a transformative device and we're the most cost-centric company in the world. So the cost, what's the problem with our cost? Statistics show us that farmers lose up to more than 1 ton of milk each year per cow. And also cows die, so much cows die within the first year of their life. All these losses are due to health or good control and veterinary services. On top of this, we have shortage of vets in Armenia. Our team provides solution, an individual co-monitoring device which is attached to an animal, and all this data about the situation is sent to the center, is being processed, and alerts and information is back to vets and farmers. Our device will function as an order, and this all will help us to prevent those losses and those problems in the farm. There are available solutions in the world, but they are either too narrow for specific problems or too broad and expensive. Kaunet offers a device which will have the optimal set of features and will be much cheaper. On top of this, we offer a unique business model when farmers can subscribe into our network, and we will do this data collection and processing job, and they just go and do their farming. We generate our revenues from subscription of each animal and from the sales of the device. So how we are transformational? Inside 5 years, when our device will work, we will have so many farmers involved into the network. It will reduce their economic risks at the farms and will totally revolutionize the way how vets work. When we have sufficient animals involved into the network, we could generate big amount of data to process it and bring all the benefits of big data back to the farmer. And our ultimate goal is to be a tool for sustainability, no more resources wasted. Where are we now? We are deep into our R&D works, and we have so many people by our side, experts, vets, and also several farmers give their consent to test their devices in their farms. And where are we going? We plan to involve 40% of all cows in Armenia into our network by 2022, and the next year enter into European economic market. And here we are, the CowNet. We are technology enthusiasts and happy to work for easy and efficient cow farming. Thank you.
So thank you for your attention, everyone. We wanted to have a shorter session today. That's why we've left the question and answer session to the, during the networking session that we'll have now on the 6th floor. Please approach the teams, ask your questions, and there are some refreshments on the 6th floor. You can also, if you want to get back to the teams later, on this paper you have their contact information. You can do that too. We hope to see you during the networking session.
Keşke gancho. Skoczyła nebo finish tam. A, Hani.
Ես չգիտեմ, Արենը պետք է գա։ Ես անջատում ես սա։
Իստմա անջատված։ Իստմա։
Տրանգուլյան նավում շուտ հայկը պետք է գա անջատում։
I'm always having hard times with this if they're all different areas and how they interconnect.
Yes, I'm Andy Johnson, knows my background. So I started my first company when I was 22, and then in IPO London Stock Exchange, there were 6 so around crowdsourcing, $10 million, and then after finding that, I went to Prescott Business School. So I teach a course on disclosure, spread, and scale, and smoking not to do anything. I wrote a book on scaling. I'm happy to make the book available online to people in this ecosystem. So I literally wrote but then I also did very interesting things. So I have a 25-year plan to change the entire world for better. All of it at the same time. And the thing is, many people have these ideas of changing the world, but they don't do anything about it. So when I came up with my idea back in 2008, I needed to do a test to see if I was crazy. Always plausible. So I was at the World Economic Forum in Davos, that means knowledge and technology pioneer by Urban Web. I spoke to 150 people, and obviously almost every single person said I was crazy. One person I listened to. So it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was on the 30-minute shuttle bus ride going from Brussels to Davos. And he said, okay, if you have a plan to change the world, he needs some help. So he was from Zimbabwe, and he was the deputy leader of the opposition party of Zimbabwe. And he said, look, we're fighting a large controversy, and we know that many elections, but we have to grow up together, and we know the elections will slow us. And if we get to that, so right now, so the challenge there is that we have ability to be answered so votes will be spent. Can we have a fair amount of votes? There's money across to go for the elections. There's zero budget. Does anybody find out what's going on? Everybody will be learning. I said, I actually I don't know where Zimbabwe is. I don't know anything about that place. And I've only had 2 hours of sleep because I was dancing and drinking until 4 o'clock this morning. And I only woke up an hour ago. But I invented crowdsourced actually. I found some people in California inside all the stations in Zimbabwe. Everybody get a text message saying, take a picture of the local result. They sent it to our website in South Africa, where 10 students, their job was to take a picture of the expression. After 3 hours, they counted millions of votes across the whole country. The question is out anonymous exits, crowdsourced the election. The opposition winning by 66%, probably got 66%. He lost the election by 51%. That was the vote. That took me 45 minutes to do. That was on the second day of my 25-year plan, and now I can do that.
So you wish that?
Exactly. Blockchain is a fascinating thing. I was at gone to Dallas after 11 years. And so blockchain was really big last year. It's a shitty thing. That's really bad. Well, the thing is that well, those companies that be doing blockchain, they don't use blocks, they don't use chains. It's like people doing AI, they don't do artificial intelligence.
So I'm correct. So in the company. So
Don't tell all the stories. Just stick figures.
And we hope the whole team subjects they actually need and think ahead and actually really do their plans. This is the thing that well, as well, he was pretty much once you have the scale of it, you can actually design the scale of the business. And if you saw the scale was a bit different, but again, it makes it so much easier to do algorithm. There, but it's approach that from the technology perspective, where all the interaction design so there, yeah, we it's again, we have a representative that thinks
let's just one area where the infrastructure. Okay, yes.
every time. There's also one fireside chat in 2 hours tomorrow, which will be very frustrating. 6:30. You're flying already? Yes, around. It's the
Wait,
Yes, I
Too much preparation. Będziemy mówić,
Okay, so this one sort of makes sense. Yes, you have what's this? Each cały świat ma gdy proporcje jest okej, Apple ima online tu asupra scopo che asta e pazarul foarte care a avut doamne ծրագրում ենք, դրանց հարցում ծրագրը, free grant ստացել է ծրագրը, իրականում շուկան է, 10 օր առաջ ես ասել։ Emerge in school, ծրագրում ինքն շատ է, ամեն եթե Հայաստանում 4 ծրագիր կա պատրաստվում Բելարուսում։ Նայ, իր մասը սոկ գրելն է, քո մասը այդ հայ մահվավերը։ Ինչքան շատ գրես, ինչքան շատ մասնակցես, ինչքան շատ մարդկանց ծանոթանաս, ստեղծես, այդքան մեծ սպորտ կլինի հետագայում, այդքան սահուն կգնա այդ պատրաստած լավ տեխնոլոգին շուկա։ Դրա համար ինչքան ծրագրեր շնորհ մարդկա ծանոթացի խոսա Այդ էլ երբեք մնաց չի, նենց որ կարողացել ձեր մասին, ձեր շուրջ։ Չգիտեմ, արմի սարվակետին միանշանակ գնացել, իրանք վերջի պեջը եղել եք դեմոդեին։ Վերջի դեմոդեինը ինքը շատ ուժեղ տնների, տեխնոլոգիական տեսանկյուններին շատ է յայի իրար կապակցված է։ Այսինքն կա զարգացած կա Catalyst Foundation։ Catalyst Foundation-ի շրջանակներում Catalyst Foundation-ը, ու այդ Catalyst Foundation-ի տարբեր ծրագրեր, Smart Gate-ը, իրենց ծրագրերից մեկն է, ODC-ը, Hero House-ը, ոնց ինքը բարձրապես co-working space-ը։ Այդ co-working space-ում գործում է Armenia Startup Academy։ Իրանք ունեն լիքը ML 42 community, AI community Հայաստան։ Էլին դեղա։ Գրանցվեք ես կն ահա, խելուք տպեր Երևան էնի տղերքը, էլի Վազգեն Հակոբյանը իրանք էլի էլի Heroes House-ի սերն արկան։ Ինքը չեմ ասկանում կերտ ասած, ինքը Smart Gate-ում էլ եղել պարտներ, մոկարցեմ դուրս այգը, չինք լավն է մեջ։ Պրոյեկտի մասին պատմին են, որևանա ասած տակը Բայց ստեղելի ինքը AI-ն է, ասեմ, տեխնոլոգիի վրա
Շարժով մասն AI-ն ինչ ես կարող without AI, okay, իսկ երկրորդ փերյուն ստատուս բարապետություն, կանադոս պրոյեկտանց հետո անշանոտ AI-ին
Այվային մասկասել ես։ Այսինքն ֆենոմենալ բան այդ տղայի վրա իրականում ճանապարհ կդուսն է, այս ֆանտը։ Ֆրանսիացի է, չեմ կերց, բայց ընդհանուր ընկերներ են։ Ինքը 15 թվին Հայաստանում։Աշու լիդերն է այս շուկայում, աշխարհում իրականում։ Sound music generation. Բայց դուք ինչ աշխարհ ֆենոմենալ, իրանք նոր ասում են կացին պեջը։ Գիտեմ, բայց ինքը շատ է, ինքը շատ է։
Իրանք ասում են ինքը մեծ լայնումներ են դրանից սովորում որն է ճիշտ ավելի համապատասխան։
Մյուզիկա ջանրը։
Փոխվում է existing music-ը, իր ալգորիթմը ունենա։ Այս նոր դատա է։
Դե ավելի բարդ է պրինցիպի, բայց
վրա է, անցը դատայի վրա է։
սովորել այդ երաժշտական այս մյուզիկի վրա եւ այլն, բայց իր ջեներետ արած մյուզիկը ինքը պատկերացրու ավտորские права մյուզիկի հենց օֆիցիալ պատկանում են ծրագրին ու ամեն ձևով ցույց է տալիս, որ ինքը իրական որևիցե կապ չունի նախորդ որևիցե երգի հետ կամ որևիցե կոմպոզիտորի հետ։ Այսինքն ինքը սովորել է, բայց ինքը իրականում որպես կոմպոզիտոր նոր մյուզիկա։ Այսինքն այդ առումով մոտիկա ձեզ օքեյ, կա ինչ-որ
Ուղղակի մենք բավարարի բավարարի երբեք երբեք որ ասենք ինքը բերենք
Есть ընկերություն պատմում։ By the way, իրանք բան հիմա recruit են deep learning-ի research-ների իրանք կարծեմ որ սիրում Okay, this possible